Thank you, Faith. So thanks for joining Scent. Lovely to have you. I know you've stepped into a new role, so kind of give us a little rundown before I go into my questions of what you're doing now.
Yeah, so I'm an executive assistant, so I assist 4 executives. And then I also do donor relations, so just going out, meeting people, getting donors.
For what company?
The Exodus Road.
Okay, so give us a little rundown of what they do.
Yeah, so we fight human trafficking. We
Okay.
do that through intervention, aftercare, and education. Yeah.
Okay. Give us we'll probably do it before and after, but tell us how we can get in touch with you, if it's something we need to volunteer for, if you need sponsorship for, or how we can help support you.
Yeah, Faith at the Exodus Road is great, or you can go to theexodusroad.com and submit a ticket, and I will reach out to you.
Okay. So what's the vision of the Exodus Road? Like, how do you go about fighting human trafficking?
Yeah, so our vision is a world where no human is bought, sold, or exploited.
Okay. So what does a typical rescue mission look like? Like, who's involved in that whole thing?
So typical rescue missions are like paid professional law enforcement. We only work where we're invited, but we do work alongside law enforcement. So that could look like getting them intel, doing undercover investigations, gathering digital evidence, helping them identify the traffickers, the victims, all that type of stuff.
Okay, segueing into law enforcement. So give us a story, if you have one, of where you kind of assisted law enforcement with a human trafficking incident.
Yeah, so about a year ago, the FBI actually arrested 2 men here in the U.S., I believe it was the U.S., and they were arrested because they had child sexual abuse material on their computers. And then they actually came to the Exodus Road and asked us to assist them in helping find the children that were being exploited because they weren't located in the U.S. About a year later, our Delta Silver team, which is like our online investigative team, does all these cool things, actually found the children in the Philippines. And we were able to get in contact with the law enforcement in the Philippines and work alongside them to rescue the 2 children that were both under 10 and arrest their mother as she was the one exploiting them. So that was really an awesome.
Nope.
Awesome.
I'm fine.
Story.
It's fine. Everything's fine. So once someone is brought to that freedom and brought out of that element, how do you help support them? What do you do after the fact?
Yeah, so in Thailand, we actually have a freedom home. So it's like an aftercare home that we bring people to. There we provide safe shelter, say that 9 times fast. We provide food, education, trauma-informed therapy. And then a lot of these people they kind of have to be reintegrated into society. So we want to make sure to provide basic things for them. So how to cook, how to clean, what healthy relationships will look like. If they want to get a job or open a business, we want to assist them in doing so, what ethical business practices look like, all that type of stuff. And then after they leave our home, we actually walk with them for about 2 years and check in with them regularly just to make sure that our things are going good, that they're doing good, because our end goal there is really to just kind of set them up for the life that they want now that they're free and they can do whatever they want. And then other countries where we don't have freedom homes, we work with a lot of social workers. And they're really great. They are actually there at the raids so that once the raid happens and we bring freedom to these people, the social workers are there to kind of provide some assistance in that, assure them that they're okay, that they're safe, that they're going to get help, since that whole situation, as I'm sure you can assume, is stressful.
I'm sure. So what does the Exodus Road do as far as training or tools to help prevent human trafficking?
Yeah. So we do a lot of law enforcement training. Actually, we've trained over 50,000 law enforcement agents through multiple different countries. But in addition to that, we also have a program called Influence, which I'm very passionate about. It's actually made for teens and parents. And it really the whole point of it is to make teens feel comfortable online and show them what a appropriate online presence looks like, how to go about using it, and all that type of stuff. We really just want to empower youth because, as I'm sure you can all assume, today online versus even 10 years ago is completely different.
Totally different.
We want to make sure to equip them with what signs to look for, what grooming looks like, what to stay away from, how to just be healthy and have a nice online presence, and use that responsibly. And then for parents, we want to equip them with how online works, what tactics predators use, what to look for in teens using online, what their behaviors look like, all that type of stuff. Just really get into the thick of it. And I actually have a little card for all of you. If you want one, it's a free code for the Parent Academy you guys are welcome to have. I would recommend if you have small children or teenagers, you take it. The biggest takeaway I think from that is being able to have healthy, open conversations with your kids about the dangers of online.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are some of the myths or like misunderstanding people have about human trafficking?
I think the biggest myth is that human trafficking is someone being kidnapped off the street or chained up. While that does happen, a majority of human trafficking situations actually start from like fraud, coercion, or false promises. For example, there's a lot these days where it's someone being promised an awesome job. So they're flying to the Philippines because they told they were going to get a really cool tech job. They were going to have great benefits, good pay. They were going to have a nice place to live. Then they get there and they're told you have a debt. This is how you're going to pay it. And so they're kind of just stuck. A lot of it is mental. Not very much of it is actually like physical. You can't leave. You're stuck. A lot of it's mental and just manipulation, unfortunately. And then in the U.S., actually, majority of the human trafficking cases are from family members. So mothers, fathers, aunts, uncles, cousins, siblings. A majority of the human trafficking cases here are that. So while it can be, being taken off the street and stuff, that does happen, it's a small percentage.
Gotcha. Okay. So how can people like us get involved or help support the Exodus Road?
Yeah. So the biggest thing would just be probably getting our name out there. So telling people about us, sharing us on social media. We did get banned on Meta.
We heard.
for no real good reason. They have even told us that we've done nothing wrong. But so if you could share our social media posts, that would be amazing. Or you can come to our fun events. We have a really fun event coming up next Friday, Together on Freedom's Frontier. It's going to be at the Phil Long Hall. We're going to have dancing, food, drinks. There's going to be a photo booth. It's going to all around be a really fun time. So events are awesome. And then, of course, funds, giving is the biggest thing. Whether that's a one-time donation or you can join our Freedom Collective campaign, which is monthly giving. We would love that.
Okay, quickly tell us why you even wanted to work with TER.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm really passionate about the Influence program. When I was a teenager, I was actually groomed by a man twice my age. And it is really hard, the manipulation tactics and being separated from your family and your friends. And while that's by no means trafficking, it kind of just aligns in a way that makes me really feel for these people, especially for those people that are being trafficked by people that end up being really close to them, like a friend or a family member. So that kind of really hit home for me. And
so here you are. Yeah. Here we have time for one or two questions potentially. Does anybody have anything for Joel?
If someone maybe suspects their kid has been abducted, what's the first few steps that you take? Because the first few hours are probably most critical.
There's a human trafficking number. I do not know it off the top of my head. But you can call and talk to essentially law enforcement. They'll take information, look out there. Or you can also email the Exodus Road, and we will also look into it.
Anybody have any last minute question?
It's a heavy topic.
It is. It is very heavy.
You guys are doing amazing. Who said it was okay to let me talk? Gosh. Sorry, everybody.
I'm on camera, so I can't cry. Anyway, so Faith, tell us again how we can contact you if we do want to get involved or sponsor or have any sort of knowledge as far as something might be going on and need to talk to you.
Yeah, Faith at the Exodus Road. Email, I check it like 30 times a day. So that would probably honestly be better than a phone call because I don't really check my phone very much anymore.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thanks.